WPIAA champion, Freeport Yellowjackets. At this time, please stand and direct your attention to the American flag above the entrance area and welcome Kayla Carnahan, who will sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous skies o'er the rampart we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wonderful job done right there.
Before I announce the team's starting lineups tonight, I would like to take a moment to celebrate another volleyball medal winner we have with us here tonight. Last weekend, Freeport's volleyball's biggest fan, Nate Phillips, participated in the Special Olympics volleyball skills competition. He placed second and brought us home to silver. Blake, would you please stand up and be recognized and wave for the crowd? Congratulations, Blake. The team and the Freeport community are proud of you. Let's give him a big round of applause. Now introducing the Corry Beavers. Number 8, freshman, defensive specialist, Bailey McRae. Number 9, freshman setter, Brittany Watrous. Number 11, freshman outside hitter, Liz Caldwell. Number 13, freshman middle hitter, Anya Stiborski. Number 15, freshman setter, Ava Hallberg.
Good evening.
Number 22, freshman defensive specialist, Cindy Minio. Number 1, sophomore outside hitter, Holly Albers.
Oh, that's good.
Number 2, sophomore defensive specialist, Sydney Woods. Number 5, sophomore outside hitter, McKenna Moore. Number 12, sophomore middle hitter, Audrey Trace. Number 16, sophomore center, Peyton McRae.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to High Top Sports Network's presentation of PIAA Class 2A Volleyball, the Girls Varsity Volleyball Championship about to get underway here at Freeport Area Middle School. The WPIAL champion Yellowjackets taking on the District 10 runner-up Corry Beavers. My name is Josh Wengost, alongside me Joe Rhodes to my right. We are here in a packed hive for this evening's contest. Freeport breezed through the WPIAL playoffs, only dropped one set on their way to their second straight WPIAL championship last year. The Jackets, the 3A champion this year, dropping now to 2A, and made a dominant showing in those playoffs for another gold medal for Tom Phillips and his program. Corry, on the other hand, a perennial powerhouse up around Erie, District 10. Runner-up this year, very young team, a lot of sophomores in that starting lineup.
Number 6,
for Coach Lee Goodsell.
Number 8,
and the starting lineup's just about to be announced. We'd like to thank Bento Orthodontics tonight for being our scoreboard sponsor and our official broadcast partner. Thanks also to Freeport Monumental Works and the Freeport Volleyball Boosters for helping us make this evening's broadcast possible.
Number 18, sophomore defensive specialist Sylvia Kreitzer. Number 28,
we got a chance to broadcast the Yellowjackets throughout the WPIAL playoffs.
Number 2, junior defensive specialist Jaden Gala.
Up until the championship match at Robert Morris University last Saturday. And it was fun to watch Freeport just put on a show night in and night out. As I mentioned, only one set dropped, and that was in that championship match to Shenango. First set they dropped, and then they won 3 straight on the way to that Whitfield Gold. Coach Phillips talked to him a little bit yesterday, recapping that WPIL championship, and he said, you know what, it's great to put another banner up on the wall here, but, you know, we don't want to have a hangover. We want to come out strong, come out fast, come out the way we know how. And he said something that really stuck with me, and I know he preaches it to his players. It's time to close that book on the WPIL championship and open another as Freeport looks for their first state title since 2017. So this match about to get underway. Thanks again for tuning into High Top Sports Network. Benko Orthodontics here in Sarver, our broadcast partner tonight.
I never had braces, Josh.
I had braces, and guess what? 25, 30 years later, my teeth are all over the place. So
yeah, we maybe we need to make a stop over to Benko Orthodontics.
Yeah, I should have gone to Benko.
I told I have a Lucille Ball type smile.
A Lucille Ball type smile.
Yeah, I think that's a compliment. I hope. Yeah, a packed house here, Josh. It's a very festive atmosphere for a state playoff game. It's become tradition that here at this stage of the season, November, that games are still happening in this gym when most are getting ready for winter sports, and not the case here at Freeport quite yet, as this team ramping up for a long state playoff run.
Well, they certainly get the hype tape going prior to the match. You know, it was tough for you and I to communicate while we were setting up. We couldn't really hear each other talk. We were only about 2 feet away from each other, so a very loud atmosphere. As you said, festive.
Looks like the Jackets will start with the serve, Josh. And again, shout out to the Freeport student section. Very festive, but in a different way, dressed for the Christmas holiday. It's not even Thanksgiving yet.
You know, I said that once Halloween is done, out come the Christmas lights, and the first point of the game will go to the Jackets, as we got a violation over the net here by the Beavers.
Freeport, a team that you don't want to let them get out in front of you too much here early on. They'll step on the pedal and kind of run away from you quickly. The Beavers can't afford to let that happen.
Nice dig there by Grace Beach. Bump set from Ava Soilis. And a good swing by Cassidy Dell, but a nice dig by the Beavers. Oh, what a dig in the back row by Elena Whitlinger to keep that ball alive. And out of bounds, so that one goes to the Jackets.
Up to a 2-0 lead, and they seem confident, ready for the opportunity to do these Yellowjackets, Josh.
Good serve. And Corry going to try to get that first point, but they can't, as that swing by number 5, McKenna Moore, goes long and out of bounds to this near sideline. 3-0 Freeport early.
Josh, good job there by Ava Soilis to lay off of that one. This team is excellent at judging balls that are close to either staying in or going out right there. Soilis, an excellent job.
Oh, and another kill. Freeport just knows where to put the ball. And that was Dell up front, playing that front row when she and Beach are on the court together. As I told you, you know, when Beach is out there as second setter, Cassidy Dell will play that outside hitter position. Not a lot of girls around that can do that. And Freeport actually served 92% against Shenango in that WPIL championship. Quick set. Good dig there by the libero for the Beavers. Tyler Elchinsky. Sydney Selker trying to get her kill, but Elchinsky there again with the dig. Blocked at the net, but kept alive by Elchinsky. She's having a nice rally here.
Yes, indeed. Nice save there.
What a rally here early in this first set. And a kill on the run by Cassidy Dell.
Interesting to watch the timeouts here tonight. When these coaches, both experienced guys, played on this large stage, Josh, when they'll decide to use those timeouts. So important in volleyball, as you well know. And two guys that familiar with the game. Kind of a chess match. The game within the game, Josh.
Oh, and wisely, Elena Whitlinger lays off and does not play that. It goes out of bounds.
So there is a timeout. Called it, Josh.
You did, right?
Called it.
Right on the money of volleyball guru Joe Rhodes.
I've been told.
Sitting beside me here.
Yeah, again, Freeport a team, and sometimes I blame myself for jinxing things the wrong way here tonight, helping Freeport out, it seems, Josh. I said that they can't get out early. They can't get a lead early on you because they will build confidence and kind of just continue to let things snowball in their favor. And that's the case here so far, leading 6-0. Yeah, quickly, want to again thank Benco Orthodontics right down the street. Talk about a business that's smart in terms of prime real estate, Josh. Be it here in Freeport or Sarver, rather. They're right across from the high school, so you can see them. They're visible. And then also, too, another branch right by Armstrong High School. So talk about choosing good real estate.
Yeah.
Shout out to whoever handles that side of the business there at Benco Orthodontics. Really just all the folks there.
Heavy clientele coming out of those two areas.
Most certainly.
So that serve just goes long by Whitlinger, and Corry is finally on the board coming out of that timeout. 6-1, Jackets in front.
So the timeout works for the Beavers. As I said a moment ago, Josh, Beavers, a team that have experience on this big stage, but as you noted, a younger team, heavy with sophomores, still able to reach these state playoffs nonetheless.
Well, that dig by Grace Beach bump set there. Running kill attempt, but dug out by the Beavers. That was Dell on that big swing for Freeport. This time we're going to go near side to Selker, and it's tipped by Elchinsky and out of bounds. So another point for Freeport, back up to a 6-point lead for the Jackets.
Yeah, Josh, they got that 1 point, did the Beavers there, and Freeport battling right back, and service back over to the libero for the Yellowjackets, Ava Soilis.
Ava Soilis, one of the better servers on this team, but you go around the rotation and pretty much all of them are great from the service line. A big area of emphasis for Tom Phillips. Nice dig by Whitlinger in the back row, free ball.
Excellent job there by Whitlinger. She's one of those players for the Yellowjackets, Josh. She seemed to have gotten better and better with hustle right there, but just can't track it down. But as I was saying, Whitlinger, just one of those players that the progression throughout the season, quite noticeable for her. She's been a big contributor to this team.
Well, that kill will actually be credited to Hallie Albers, the outside hitter up front, as it went off the tip of Freeport and out of bounds. Blocked at the net, Russo was, but kept alive here. And a dig there by Leah Schreckengast, setting up Sydney Selker, but Elchinsky's there. Ball at the net. Here's Russo, and she just missed that one. Maybe jumped a touch too early there, Joe.
Give her credit, though. Right idea. She saw that the opening was there. The defense didn't have enough time to get back into their spots, and she decided to strike early and just hit it a little too hard, did Russo.
Oh, and a misplay there by Schreckengast. So an ace for the Beavers. Elchinsky having a good first set here for Corry. Elchinsky going toward Schreckengast again, but played well that time. Here's Russo. Little tip shot, and it drops perfectly over the attempted block.
What was impressive there was Dell's ability to get that ball back behind her, almost Willie Mays-esque, and placed it perfectly for Russo to just tip that one across. My goodness gracious, what a nice job there.
Well, Dell now at the line for Freeport. Soilis going to bump set Selker, and Selker will get the kill off of Elchinsky's right arm and out of bounds.
And a nice play there by Selker. You can tell that she got that downward spin on the ball there. Kind of hit it with her the bottom of her hand. I guess what do you call this? Your heel of your hand?
Yeah,
Is that
kind
a
of.
thing?
The
But
bottom of your palm?
she certainly probably knows because she did it, but very heads-up play there by Selker to get that downward spin and get the point for the Yellowjackets. They now lead 9-4. Ooh.
Free ball. That went around the antenna, so point for the Jackets. That ball out of bounds. Once again, can't wrap it around there, even though it would have landed inbounds.
Yeah, shout out to the sideline judge here with a nice red flag. She was
quick with it.
Oh, yeah. I think I'd be good at that job, Josh.
Oh, I know you'd be good at it. No doubt. And an ace right there from Cassidy Dell. As I mentioned earlier, that Freeport team so strong from the service line. They don't make many mistakes. Coach Phillips, in our conversation yesterday, said we don't like to give away points at the service line, and rarely do they. But Cassidy Dell just did so right there. So the commentator's coach will strike.
Yeah, she's not prone to make those kind of plays often, Josh, and I don't expect too many more for the remainder of this game from Cassidy Dell. She's just kind of the heart and soul of this team. And, I think the term is used maybe a little too often that they'll go as she goes, but certainly a player, if you're going to use that phrase, it applies to her.
So Kendall Chamberlain sent that serve for Corry, and an attack error right there, short into the net, Emily Carr.
And let's give credit to Corry. It was a 6-0 Armstrong, goodness gracious. We're in Armstrong County against, but
That's true.
Freeport lead. And since then, it's been 6-5, only a 1 point really advantage for the Yellowjackets over that span. So Corry getting a little more comfortable on this state stage.
Good dig in the back row off that swing by Schreckengoss by McKenna Moore. Free ball, and Elchinski can't keep it inbound. So Freeport, one thing that I've commented upon during those WPIAA playoffs is the runs that they go on. A team will kind of hang around, maybe Freeport gets up 4 or 5, little comeback, and then they seem to put their foot on the gas and just run away with it. And kind of getting close to doing so right here in this first set. 8-point lead for the Jackets. There's Whitlinger. Good dig by Elchinski again. But a double hit violation by number 27, Kendall Chamberlain. Packed house here at the Hive, Joe. It's quite the atmosphere. Last year, the Yellowjackets got to start out with 2 home matches during their state playoff run. And I know these girls and these students and fans would love that if it happened again, but got to take care of business here. Lefty tip shot by Whitlinger and down for the kill.
That right there, I got to give credit to Coach Tom Phillips. These girls are so smart. Their volleyball IQs, knowing when to use that shot, just so timely. It seems all the time for Freeport. Drinking my tea there.
I'm sorry, my voice, it's getting gravelly.
Somebody didn't plan.
No, I did. Well, I did. It's actually in the car, but apparently I didn't plan the whole way through.
Oh, you didn't? So I think everybody looked at me a little strange when I brought in, what is this, like a half gallon of tea? But
it's the big boy.
Big tea guy.
That's the big boy. 16-5, Selker at the line for Freeport. She will send it. Oh, lob serve there. Don't see that often from Selker.
Not at all. Josh, there's so many parallels drawn between this team and the 2017 team that won a state championship. As Corry's able to get a point there and bring it within a 10-point disadvantage. But a lot of parallels drawn there. But the one thing about this team that it makes them unique, and I think makes them different than the 2017 team, is just sort of the reckless abandon, I call it sometimes, but just sort of that kind of high motor. And you see it from Ava Soilis. You certainly see it from Sydney Selker. You see it from Dell. You see it from Whitlinger. Young lady just came in there, Hadley Helgren. You always see her kind of diving for balls as well. So this team has just a really high motor overall. And I think that's the one thing, if you're really to say, that kind of separates this Freeport team than maybe a couple of the others. And that's not taking anything away. This team is basically a guaranteed top 16 team every season, but in the state, Josh. And,
yeah.
But this team, very high motor.
Well, ranked number 1 in the state in 2A coming into this tournament. As Beach checks out, and Soilis will check back in for Freeport. And that one out of bounds, so a service error by the Beavers. And service error into the net right there by Schreckengast.
Makes it 18-8. Nice, comfortable lead still for Freeport, but we've seen a couple uncharacteristic errors for them, particularly at the service line here so far. But it must be nice to be a team of that caliber where you can make some mistakes in the state playoffs and still be able to nurse a 10-point lead.
What a shot there by Grace Beach.
Right to my point a moment ago, Josh. They just know when to use those plays. And Grace Beach, very heady play, as they say.
And that will send Elena Whitlinger back to the line. Tip shot there and well placed by number 28, Allison Sawyer, for the kill.
Yeah, it's always fun to be in a big gym that's packed this time of year, and it's crazy to say this, I guess, but we're still kind of getting our sea legs back. It feels like from the COVID times where, Josh, we were in plenty of empty gyms.
Oh, yeah.
What a depressing feeling that was, and it's so nice to be in a gym full of people and community members celebrating together. Something as great as the state playoffs.
Yeah, nothing more depressing than calling a game in an empty gym with a mask on. That was rough.
It was I don't have a great face as it is, but a mask didn't really help, believe it or not. You'd think it would help by covering it up, but no. I think it made my nose more noticeable.
And an ace there by Soilis, as unable to play it is Albers. So Freeport cruising here in set number one, 21-9. Over the Corry Beavers here in set number one.
I still can't get over the fact you stole my teeth.
It was a little zip.
Yeah, it was more than a little zip.
I needed it.
Talking about COVID over here, and you're giving me your cooties.
Sorry about that. Selker with the kill off the block and out of bounds. So 3 points away here for the Jackets. Looking to take this first set in quick fashion, and a timeout called by Corry.
Yeah, and it's probably a good time for it, but kind of curious why another timeout had been called a little bit sooner. But that gentleman right there, he's been in a lot bigger games and understands this game a lot better than I do.
Coach Goodsell.
Yeah, Coach Goodsell for the Beavers. So I'm not going to question what he does. Thank you there, Josh. Very nice of you.
I was giving you both.
One set into the game, I finally get rosters. Thank you.
I was giving you both Corry rosters at the same time. That wouldn't help me very much.
But my recommendation, obviously, for Corry moving forward is they need to, not allow Freeport to get hot so early. And a part of them getting hot so early is just letting them kind of control the tempo, really just control the way the game is going. So Freeport able to do so early on with a 6-point advantage. And really from there, it's so hard to come back from. Again, Corry did battle, and you saw them do a good job of battling, but ultimately at the end, just too much Freeport. Josh?
So Soilis back to the line after the timeout by Coach Kelly Goodsell for Corry, and a nice dig there by Selker off the attack by Albers. Here's Selker trying to bring it back. And a free ball played across, so Freeport going to get a chance. And off the second hit, Dell going to swing, and we're going to get a violation. Freeport.
Hey, Josh, you mentioned it. This team is full of players that are just, I was trying to say, great from the service line as Ava puts it into the net. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Oh, Ava was very frustrated with that service error.
I'm frustrated with myself. I need to just keep my mouth closed. But really, truthfully, I mean, that aside, this team has just a nice array of players from the service line that kind of all do it a different way.
Oh, wow. Good swing there on the back row. Whitlinger never left her feet, but good placement.
You saw with the bottom of her hand there again, it gets that downward spiral. You saw Selker, as she, right on cue, gets the point for the Yellowjackets, but you saw her do that earlier, get that downward spin, placing it quite nicely. Now Freeport's just 1 point away from a first set victory.
Yes, that point here for the Jackets. Nobody better than Cassidy Dell to have at the line. Tip shot. Oh, and Soyless came up on it, got a hand on it, was able to keep it alive. And over the net was Corry, I do believe, and that'll do it in set number one. 25-10. Freeport takes the first set of this PIAA Class 2A first round match.
Yeah, Josh, again, Freeport doing an excellent job of getting out ahead there. Team just so deep. And that's the one thing about this Freeport team, no matter what the year is, and not to be redundant, we talk about it often, is that tradition doesn't graduate, as the sign says there on the side wall. And man, is that true? Because it seems that every year this Freeport team it has depth, and being good year after year when you have a stable program, that's possible. And Freeport's able to do that. But the fact that it seems as though they have the depth that they have every single year, and I think it's even more impressive in and of itself, because that just shows you the participation and the excitement around the program, that players want to come out and be a part of this winning tradition. Several players deep, Josh, that, it's one thing to be good year after year, but it's one thing to continue to have the depth that this Freeport team has. And, I think that's such a mighty, impressive facet to their game.
So quick work there for the Jackets in the first set. They only took about a minute and 15 seconds of that 3 minutes between the first and second set.
May I quickly say that I sure love the movie Footloose.
Oh, of course.
I was in the play Footloose. Did you know that?
I did know that, actually.
I went out for the play my senior year of high school as a joke, and I ended up getting the second male lead.
Crushed it.
I did. I was Chuck Cranston, the angry boyfriend.
Oh, man, you could play a good angry boyfriend.
Sorry, oh, there we go. Yeah, I got to sing the song "The Girl Gets Around." I don't know if you're allowed to do that nowadays.
Footloose, you don't see that on many high school musical rosters these days.
I killed the game, as they say.
Crushed it.
Oh yeah, had to put makeup on and everything, the whole shebang. That was a good sport.
I would have liked to have seen that.
Good sport. Are they going to start early? We're not going to take the whole minute? What a media. Respect the media. All right, we'll get this camera situation figured out here. I know you guys might be noticing our main camera a little bit foggy at times, but we'll be taking care of that shortly, so bear with us. Coach Phillips, back of his head, wearing the tradition yellow hat. We got to find out about the yellow hat.
I know. I've talked to him so many times, and I've never asked him. I mean, it's got to be a good luck charm, because he's never at a match without it. And I wonder how old it is. I wonder when it started. Maybe a couple questions for the post game there.
Most certainly, sir.
So Corry will begin set number 2 with the serve. Number 5, McKenna Moore sends it over, and we are underway. Oh, a swing and a miss at the net by Hadley Helgren. That set, I think that was supposed to be one of those quick sets right there, and just maybe a little bit too tall for Hadley Helgren.
I'm wearing my lucky hat. It's dirty. It's like Sidney Crosby's. It hasn't been washed since 2004.
Oh, man, Sid's hats definitely get a little salty.
There's only one hat.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's salty.
Cassidy Dell with the kill on the near side here. So Freeport to the line. Whitlinger going to start it off for the Jackets. Tied at 1. Second set just underway. PIAA Class 2A. First round matchup between the WPIL champion Freeport Yellowjackets and the District 10 runner-up Corry Beavers. Thanks to Benco Orthodontics in Sarver for being a sponsor of tonight's broadcast. Great dig there.
Yeah, shout out to Benco. Appreciate you folks.
Oh, and the free ball drops. I think Selker might have slipped a little bit right there. Coming in for it, maybe some miscommunication as well, but it drops in right there for a point. Side out, Corry.
Sometimes the hardest play is the easiest. And right there, kind of just unsuspecting point for the Beavers of Corry.
Elchinski with a great serve, but Freeport able to recover. Selker blocked at the net, but played off the tape. Selker going to get another chance. Tip shot, but ready for it were the Beavers. Peyton McCray there. And a tip shot floats and drops.
Even before that point, Josh, I was going to say that Corry playing with a little bit of a different attitude here. Getting more comfortable. Their body language a little bit different as well. So we'll see how this second set is after Freeport pretty Well, as he said a serve, I need to just stop talking. Serve us out of bounds. But yeah, I think maybe a little more competitive second set and remaining match here in Sarver, the lovely Sarver, Pennsylvania. Something always happening in Sarver, PA.
Oh, yeah, man. Soilus ready to send it. 3-2 Corry, early second set. Blocked at the net. Russo was there, and Corry cannot recover.
Aren't you a little bit curious who Corry was?
You mean the person that they named the town after?
Yeah, it's got to be a guy, right?
I don't know.
One guy. It's got to be his first name. Because a lot of
it's not his last name.
No. Yeah,
It's not like John Corry or something.
Like Snyderville's a town, or Johnstown. Well, maybe that was Johnstown. This is the same deal. He's like, just call Corry. Don't even put town at the end.
Well, when we get a chance, we're going to Wikipedia that and find out.
But he's a good dude.
Hopefully he was. Got a town named after him.
Your thoughts on the black and orange color scheme?
Well, they look like the Oregon State Beavers.
They do. Or Blairsville, first thing that comes to my mind, being an Indiana County guy. No longer exists, does Blairsville.
Oh, that one up close to the rafters. Soilus
nice job.
Able to play it there.
Heads up play there by Selker to get out of the way as well.
Good rally here. Russo with a big swing, but a good dig. Quick set, Russo. She is again dug out by McKenna Moore.
Certainly the size advantage, big time in favor of the Yellowjackets, as Selker puts that one home. But yeah, the size advantage squarely in favor of the Yellowjackets. Corry playing big. You've seen them play well at the net. Get a couple blocks on the aforementioned City Selker and company.
Dell at the line. Oh, that went close to the net. Nearly ran into it, but Corry able to keep it alive. And there's Schreckengoss. That one got tipped up a little bit at the line. Off the tape, and that'll be a kill for number 12, Aubrey Chase.
It's got to be fun getting to say Schreckengoss during a game. There was a kid in the Christmas tournament at Kiski last year named Rhodes, and I was so excited to say his name. I think I was so enthusiastic every time he did something, even when it was bad.
Well, we were visited also by Mr. Schreckengoss prior to this game. And
yes, very nice gentleman.
Very nice gentleman, and very complimentary of what we do. So thanks to him for stopping by.
I told him we had an extra microphone if he cared to swing on by, and offer still stands.
He did say his family told him to watch what he said near the microphone, so.
And which I told him I have to still watch what I say around the microphone, and it's attached to my head.
Tied up after that kill, and Selker going to head back to the line. Number 87.
I wonder why that is.
I know another Sid. He's been mentioned with his sweaty hat.
Sid's going to have to maybe think about washing that hat with how bad the Pens have been playing.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Good block there by Whitlinger.
Well, the first real mistake in terms of a violation today for the Jackets, and that one in the net. So Corry will take the point. I think that is the first time Freeport has been whistled for a violation in this match. Aubrey Chase at the line, too long on the serve. So that error ties it back up at 6, side out. Freeport back to serve. Grace Beach, the lefty, heading to the line.
Fast-moving second set here so far. Nobody's really getting a huge advantage. And no timeouts, holding up play. That'll certainly help. There's got to be a town named Josh, right?
There's a wine named Josh. I know that.
Well, that doesn't count.
Quick set, Helgren. That play, Dell runs it to perfection, whether it is Helgren or Josie Russo playing that middle blocker position. And it doesn't matter. You can see the body control out of Cassidy Dell on that set. She was turned sideways, but able to get those shoulders square and put it right on Helgren's hand for the quick kill.
I feel like I would have excelled at volleyball.
Oh, ace right there by Grace Beach.
That ball just dove.
Well, I noticed it a lot during those WPIAL playoffs. She has like 4 different kinds of serves. She has like a serve that dives like we just saw right there. She has a knuckleball. She has a lob.
It's like the Greg Maddox of servers.
See, that one was like the knuckleball right there. Another good serve by Beach.
When's the changeup coming?
Yeah. But Corry able to recover and end Beach's run at the service line. She checks out. Soyless back into the game, heading to the line for the Beavers. Peyton McCrae, one of the many sophomores on Coach Kelly Goodsell's team. Soyless going to bump set Schreckengost here. But dug out by McCrae.
Again, Corry, a much different looking team here in the second set, Josh, playing with a lot more confidence. Having fun, too. You can tell just the body language a lot different here as the game's now tied 8-all.
Yeah, the quick set didn't work that time. It was kind of in front of Helgren, and she swung at it, but knocked it out of bounds. So tied up at 8.
Does anybody ever look as cool and calm as Tom Phillips?
No. Just no. He's always, I mean, you rarely see him stand during a match unless it's a timeout or between sets. He always in that chair trying to let his team work through any adversity as Whitlinger uses the tip over the block to record the kill.
Again, just another fantastic play there of tipping that and choosing the opportunity and noticing the position of the defense to do it. And my, oh my, got to be the best team we cover to know the proper timing to do that, Josh.
Back row attack here for the Beavers. Silker picks up that swing from Albers. Back to Dell. And send it across. And the Beavers recover right there and a kill for McKenna Moore. What a good hustle play by Corry on that point.
You know, we mentioned the youth of this Corry team. My, oh my, they're playing this strong and this well in a state playoff. Heavy majority of the team being sophomores. They're going to be a scary team next year, certainly the year after. But you know what's scary? That ball right there, I wouldn't want hit by it, Josh.
No, and when Cassidy Dell gets a running start, forget it. Yeah. Especially whenever the set is put so perfectly on that right hand by Grace Beach. Big assist.
I mean, I'm sitting at midcourt. I apologize, Josh. I have about 0 chance of getting hit by that, but I'm still scared.
Oh, it's a heater.
Yeah. If that hits me in the face, I'm done.
Good block there at the net by Freeport. Albers going to get the kill off the tip. That is Helgren over there along with Dell on that far side. And the tip off the block falls in.
Yeah, tough play by Helgren there. She was on her way down and it just missed time her jump. She jumped, I think, at the appropriate time, and that ball just kind of getting to her a little late.
Grace Beach, another big set. It's so perfect. Grace Beach, she has really played well this postseason. Setting up Dell again. Dell running up and hammering it down for another kill. 11-10 Freeport. Soyless to the line.
As I look at Coach Fred Soyless over there, looking dapper as always. I wonder why he hasn't tried to recruit Cassidy Dell with how high she can jump. My goodness gracious. That has to be a skill that he could certainly untap on the basketball court.
Back set here. Tip shot. Soyless ready for it. Dell going to set up Selker. She'll tip it, but Corry ready for it, so back row attack. Quick set there from Dell, and Josie Russo hits it too hard off the Corry block and down for the kill.
Ava back at the line. Josh, I'm not going to say a word this time. On Ava's service line, she gets it across for the Yellowjackets.
Well, Point Jackets right there makes it 13-10. Ava Soyless ready to serve once more for Freeport. It was tied at 10 here. A little 3-0 run for the Jackets. Good serve by Soyless. Oh, and off the tip. Good hustle in the back row from Whitlinger, but into the net. Freeport couldn't pull it out of the net. 13-11. Corry with the side out. Substitution here for the Beavers. Heading to the service line, number 27, Kendall Chamberlain. Chamberlain sends it across back row. Natalie Volek checking in for her first action. Oh, and coming up short on the back row tip, number 23, Emily Carr. So Volek in for that point, checks out. Senior getting a little playing time here in a state match. Cassidy Dell back to the line for the Jackets. Oh, wow, Josie Russo, too tall, too strong. Great block there by Russo. She stuffs that attack.
What an X factor she can be in a game. You know, when she decides to take over, look out. She can be devastating on both sides, offensively and defensively, for these Yellowjackets. What? Why are you laughing at me?
Yeller.
I said it right. Yellowjackets. What?
It sounded like Yeller. Whoa!
Yellowjackets, yeah.
That one was coming at us off the deflection, but luckily a little bit low. The PTZ camera nearly in danger right there.
Yeah, as long as it's not my face.
That's true. That one had some heat on it too off the deflection.
I like my face. Well, I don't. I mean, remember I made it clear early on that a mask covering it up didn't help.
Oh, at the net, Russo.
Russo. That length of hers, my goodness.
Yeah, listed at 6 feet, and going to be a net. Oh, double hit on the Corry Beavers. So that should make it a 5-point, though. 4-point lead there. Oh, excuse me, that was on the Jackets, that violation. My apologies. Back row, and it comes up short. That looked like it hit the outside of Hallie Albert's hand right there, and just didn't get much on it. Unable to get it across the net, side out. To Freeport, Sydney Selker back to the line.
That's a tough play there. Just kind of coming to a stop and just trying to throw your fist at it. Or the Beavers of Corry, not Oregon State.
Out of bounds. Oh, no. One official called it in, and another one official called it out, another called it in.
Chair rules.
The official in the perch does make the call, and that makes it 18-12. Corry coach Kelly Goodsell taking a timeout here with the Jackets up 6. This set, was tied at 10 apiece. Freeport on an 8-2 run.
Coach, I'm sorry, you're looking at me like I need to say something important. I was just saying Coach Phillips' wife playing some Christmas jams.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
I'm one of those people where, like, I need Thanksgiving to be over before I really, start putting on my Santa hat and being jolly.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm not jolly as it is, as you well know.
When I looked at you, you made a quizzical face, and I thought it was because
quizzical is a good word for it.
Because I thought that you were like Christmas music, because that's the way I felt as soon as I heard it come on. And I was like, oh.
I'm gonna have to have a word with Mrs. Phillips about this.
I know.
Quizzical. That's a very accurate word for my face. There, it's very caught off guard. Halloween's barely over here.
I know, that's what I mean. Halloween.
There are Christmas commercials on TV before Halloween now.
Halloween was done last week, and out come the Christmas lights. It's like
insanity hour.
Yeah, out of the timeout there. A big point for Corry and a side out for the Beavers. So into the game, back to the service line, Aubrey Chase.
Another point for the Yellowjackets there, Josh. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Kind of catching the top of the net. The proper name for it escaping me right now.
The tape.
The tape, thank you. I'm not going to pretend that I'm the greatest volleyball terminologist, if that's even a word.
Terminologist? I think it sounds right.
Yeah, nobody out there is going to question it, right? And quietly, and I mean quietly, Freeport gathering a 5-point lead here after this set being very kind of equal, I guess, both ways to this point. A little lob serve.
There's Schreckengoss. She's going to get a chance, but Elchinski with the dig. Soyless there. There's Whitlinger, blocked up. Bump set Soyless going for Schreckengoss. And a kill by Leah Schreckengoss. Fits it in this near corner. Right in front of the Corry bench.
I don't think there's been a timeout in this set, has there, Josh?
Coach Goodsell called one.
Okay. Well, but I'm wrong, which is often the case.
And they got the point coming out of it, but then Freeport rebounded and took it right back.
You said rebounding, and you're about to say free board. You got basketball in the mind.
I know, it's getting close.
It is getting close.
Obviously, we here at High Top Sports Network, if you followed us last year, we were in a different gym every night, it felt like.
Oh, yeah.
A ton of basketball. You and I are both basketball guys. We love it.
Sure do.
So that one,
but 12 games in 3 days, that's a bit much.
yeah, that was a lot. Joe did the Kiski area Christmas tournament, boys and girls, last year.
Oh, yeah, and what made it more difficult was Knock and Yock were
man.
both in it. So,
especially when you're tired. It's just,
I gave up.
Everything's getting mixed up.
Yeah.
Beach back set. Tip shot by Whitlinger with the left hand. Perfectly placed.
Well done. Man, oh, man, how many times have they gone to that here tonight, Josh?
That's how, experienced this team is and how well coached they are. They know what to look for, where the blocks are setting up, what the rotation is, and how to place it, whether to take a big swing as that serve by Whitlinger goes out of bounds or whether to take that tip shot. Give credit to Corry. They have fought back hard in this second set. And Elchinski to the line right now for the Beavers. Wow, big swing right there by Helgren, and she'll get a kill. So again, Freeport in control. Once you hit up 21-22, then you start doing some math. Hey, we only have to score 3 or 4. They have to score 8 or 9, Starts to get a little bit closer, start to feel it. Freeport, very, very good at closing things out. At the net, Dell goes up with Corry. Locked up there by Aubrey Chase, and they are able to recover. Free ball coming. There's a swing blocked, but down on the Freeport side. So 28, Allison Sawyer with the kill for the Beavers. Sawyer, another one of those sophomores, just sophomores galore on this Corry team.
When you're going for a mascot, you want it to be intimidating. I think Beavers are cute.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mess with a Beaver.
But you know what a Beaver could benefit from? The care of the fine folks from Benko Orthodontics.
Oh, the big setup right there. I love it.
I mean, am I wrong?
That's a veteran broadcaster move right there.
Am I wrong?
You are not wrong, sir. Benko can fix your smile, Invisalign and braces available.
Even if you got them beaver teeth.
That's right.
So Corry not going away quiet here, Josh, in the second set. Freeport, it seemed like, kind of pulling away there. Had a 5-point advantage, as I mentioned a moment ago, and yet they still are just 3 points away from a second set victory. It's only a 3-point advantage.
Dell, let's see. Oh, wow, what a placement. What way to read the play, read the defense there by Cassidy Dell. You had Russo right there. Maybe Corry thought that quick set attack was coming, but Dell able to read it, find that weak spot in the back of the Corry defense. Now 23-19 Freeport on top. Dell at the line. Blocked by Josie Russo. She is a force in the middle, roofed it. And blocked that attack by Aubrey Chase. Coach Goodsell going to take another timeout here at set point, 24-19.
Yeah, really a fun game to watch, or fun match rather to watch. You can tell two teams that are well coached. We mentioned the pedigree of both Coach Goodsell. Goodsell. Sorry, that was a hard word apparently for my mouth to spit out. And of course, Coach Tom Phillips and that fantastic lucky yellow hat. It's got to be. I mean, we're asking him in this post.
Oh yeah, it's happening.
But you can just tell both these clubs very well coached, and when you're making what is a almost routine state playoff trips year after year, like both of these gentlemen seem to do. You're doing something right.
Freeport and the PI.
Just like the fine folks at Benko Orthodontics. Thank
True,
you.
very true, very true.
Yep.
Coach Phillips and the Jackets in the PIAA tournament for the 11th time in the last 13 years.
Wait, 11 trips through the States in 13 years? Is that
Yes,
what you said?
sir.
Wow.
Thanks to Mike Love for that stat. Mike's sitting down in front of us.
Holler at your boy, Mike Love.
Holler at your boy. And Mike made an appearance on High Top Sports Network during the state softball playoffs.
He did. I believe he danced.
He definitely danced. He was happy to be on camera. So
folks are lucky that the camera's not on us because I often dance, and I am way too tall for that. You know this.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see if Freeport can close out this set. Selker going to drop it in and a kill. So 25-19, Freeport took the first set, 25-10. Corry, a little bit more fight here in set number 2, but Freeport again, just too much. Taking that 2-0 lead.
Yeah, again, let's give a shout out to Corry. They battled there and certainly looked more confident, looked the part of a team that is playing in the state playoffs because you make this because you're good. And when you play in those smaller districts like District 9, you know, the Whitfield, they said, 4 teams, I believe, out of Class 4A, Josh. And that's not the case for District 10, I believe. District 9, another case, that District 6, same story. So whenever you're making the playoffs out of those more rural districts, typically you're skilled. And this team, in the past, we know has competed for state championships, but the problem for them here tonight, the team across from them wearing those white uniforms, they've too competed for state championships, and they've got their eye on that prize here in 2022.
So every home match that I've done this season for the Freeport Yellowjackets, this comes on when the team takes their second set, Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond, and I have been overly critical of this song.
Yes, you have. Say no more. I have to say this though. What is that movie where it's those friends that have a
Jack Black's in it.
Yeah.
They kidnap Neil Diamond.
Yep, they have a Neil Diamond cover band.
Yeah, what is that movie? Oh man, I know there's
one friend gets a girlfriend.
Yeah, and Jack Black's character just loses his mind. He's like, I'm losing my best friend. We're losing the band. Oh.
If anybody knows the name of that movie, tweet us.
Yeah.
At @hightop_sports or Josh or myself. At Joe Rowe PGH. At Josh Schreck.
At Josh Schreck.
It's not I Love You, Man.
No,
this came out like a while before it.
I remember that, and like I could see scenes from the actual movie, like they have
girlfriend. They despised her.
Yeah, they got Neil Diamond in the
had
van.
Dark hair. What's her name? I can picture the actress.
There's somebody yelling at the screen right now.
Oh yeah, you idiots! Which they're doing anyways. Even when we're just by the look of our Facebook comments alone.
Hi-oh.
We're not going to go there, but again, always feel free to engage us on our social media platforms. Well,
we like to keep it positive. Let's put that out there.
I'm terrible though at the InstaFace. Is that what it is?
I think it's called Snapface, isn't it?
Ah, yes.
InstaChat?
Twiter?
Tumblr? Is that a thing still?
I don't know. But
microblogging?
Bumble? I don't know. I digress. Wellinger with the serve. You're looking this up.
I'm definitely looking it up. It's bugging me. As Freeport starts out this set with the first point.
And Josh, I say it all the time. What I think is the best game that I've seen in 2022 is a volleyball match, a District 6 Boys Championship game. When you fall behind 2-0, it's one of the most adverse situations, I think, in sports, because then you got to go on and win 3 straight games. You know, you get maybe some confidence, you win a match, and you're still down 2-1. You got to do that all over again 2 more times. So
yeah,
sometimes it's rough in volleyball when you fall behind 2-0. The odds are certainly stacked against you.
Well, you got to see those West Shamokin boys win that District 6 championship.
Oh yeah, unreal.
Against Central Martinsburg, and I mean, the comeback as a kill right there. Olchinski gave it her all for Corry to try and track that one down, but big point and a side out there for Freeport. Soyless heading to the line. At the net. Oh, Selker read it perfectly up and smacks it down.
You're still looking up this movie, aren't you?
It's gonna bug me. Saving Silverman?
That would be it.
All right.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Cool. What year did that come out?
2004.
I was gonna say I was like a freshman or sophomore in high school.
Sydney Selker, another swing and a misplay. That one got deflected at the net, so changed directions on McKenna Moore. Tough. Not much she could do with that one.
Yeah, and that the speed obviously coming off pretty much every ball that's hit by Sydney Selker, hard enough, and then when it changes direction like that, it's like a goalie in hockey having to adjust on a deflection. It's not easy.
Oh, and then yeah, and that was actually a really nice set. Just grazed the net right there, so the violation.
Yeah, shout out to these refs. They've been on it here tonight. That's probably why they're doing a state game. Excellent. My compliments.
Yeah, for sure. They have been very, very keenly aware of what's going on out there. Collision in the back row by Schreckengnost and Whitlinger, but it doesn't matter. Selker able to put down that kill, and boy, Schreckengnost and Whitlinger kind of hit hard going for that ball. They exchange a high five. It's all good.
Yeah,
so
I'd be on the ground.
Oh, yeah, I'd be waving on the stretcher.
Oh, yeah.
Zoilis, good serve there. Elchinski in the back row. That runner blocked up by Russo. Bump set across. Here's Cassidy Dell, and that one is out of bounds. No deflection. So point to the Beavers.
Trying to sneak it down the line, man. She's accurate too. We can talk about all the things that she's good at. She's usually really accurate when she gets up high like that. But right there, just outside. No JV volleyball players here tonight.
Russo blocked, and it drops on the Freeport side. To give credit right there to number 12 for Corry, Aubrey Chase.
Yeah, Josh, and that's what I said earlier. Give credit to Corry. Definitely behind in size, I guess you could say. And that's not what you need after a big block like that. But they've played bigger than their size, have these Beavers tonight.
Elchinski, that service error into the net, gives the ball back to the Jackets. Dell headed to the line. Oh, kept alive right there. Nice play by Chase. Here's Russo off the quick set, diving for it. Was Moore. Gave it her all right there, but the ball ends up out of bounds. And another point for Freeport. So a 5-point lead here early third set. Freeport up 2-0. Took the first set 25-10. Second set 25-19. Trying to make quick work of the visiting Beavers here in the first round of the PIAA Class 2A Girls Varsity Volleyball Championship.
That's the one thing. Oh, what a nice block by Selker. And I'll tell you what, the athleticism on this team, too. That's another player that I'm surprised Coach Soilis over there doesn't try to recruit with her ups. She was up there on that one. But I was going to say, Josh, the one thing about volleyball is it can go quick. You can win pretty quickly in the volleyball. No clock, obviously, so it's up to you to decide how long a game is. Sort of like baseball, no clock. If that wasn't obvious already. But you think about Corry, the trip they took. It's only
that's a long way.
Barely an hour into this one, and it's they could be out of here in an hour and 15 minutes.
Quick set. Dell Russo hangs in the air and smacks it down for the kill. Selker to the line for Freeport. This attack just so balanced. I mean, you never know where it's coming from. Dell gonna back set Schreckengnost right there. Good dig. In the back row by McKenna Moore. Tip shot. Freeport ready for it. Quick set. Russo again, same spot. Josie Russo off the set from Cassidy Dell.
And those two, when they get rolling together, they have a great chemistry. Cassidy Dell is a setter. finding Josie Russo because she doesn't set it very high. It's sort of a soft, low set. You can tell they've done it a time or two.
Blocked again at the net. That was Whitlinger and Russo in the area.
Yeah, Whitlinger just coming up big in big moments for this Freeport team, and she sends that one home. Talk about making me look good.
Whitlinger just a sophomore, and I actually spoke with her father, Paul, this morning, and I said, boy, she's taken a jump from last year to this year. He said, you know, I met my wife playing volleyball, and he said, even before a match, if everybody's home, we'll go out and hit the ball around, and he said, it's supposed to be fun, and she loves this sport, and it's evident with the way she plays.
Well, if you met her playing volleyball, heck, Josh, I need to start playing some volleyball.
Yeah, I said it's in the bloodlines, huh?
Well, I just mean like maybe I'll find a date. If that's the case.
13-4.
Because the bubble isn't working, I'll tell you that.
No.
The aforementioned. Let's thank...
social media app.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank the Freeport boosters. They have been excellent to us, not just this playoff run, but the whole season. We're only as good as, the community we're involved in, and that's something I preach often. And I'll tell you what, a class act, everybody at the Freeport Boosters Club, thank you so much for your support, folks. You guys are terrific. Class act, soul to the earth, as I like to say, and enabling us in many ways to cover this Freeport team here in 2022.
Well said, my friend. Well said indeed.
Soul to the earth.
Soul of the earth.
So that term.
Well,
How did they come up with that?
It's very accurate and very applicable.
No, I know it's a good term for what I just described, but think about it at its root. What somebody's like, oh, imagine the first person who ever said that. Like, you know what, you're a real salt of the earth. What is that,
I think it's a biblical thing, like the pillars of salt.
I got to get on the Bible then. I gotta familiarize myself. Pillars of salt. Okay. Ooh.
I mean, I'm not 100% sure on that.
I'm gonna take your word.
A lot of stuff does come from the Bible, though. Sayings that are still around today.
My name.
Yeah. Exactly.
Your name.
Oh, both my names.
But a lot of people's names.
My first and middle. It's been explained on the air before, I believe.
My last name.
Rhodes. The Colossus of Rhodes, I believe, is mentioned in the Bible.
Spelled differently.
Nah, I don't know if that's true.
Chase.
Oh, man.
What a dig.
Yeah, great play in the back row right there by Albers. Tip shot, Soilus. Oh, and they can't pull it out of the net. So good point there for the Beavers after a long rally coming out of that timeout.
Yeah, Aubrey Chase, a nice player. Again, she's outsized by that front of Freeport, but playing big. And another smart play there, choosing to push it over top of that wall that was well set up in front of her.
There's Whitlinger. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
And the way she sold that, Joe, where she looked like she was going to go up and take a huge swing.
Like a Ben Roethlisberger pump fake right there.
Oh, man.
I know you'd like that one.
I did.
Josh,
I
I'm a
did.
huge Big Ben fan.
Big Ben fan.
Can't get off his podcast.
Big Ben. Oh, yeah. Footballing.
We love Big Ben.
He's big.
He's a friend of mine.
He's a friend. Double hit there.
15-6. And this is what I said earlier, Josh. That third set, so difficult for a team whenever you're trailing 2-0, and the morale kind of gets low, and the energy in general just kind of starts waning as the Yellowjackets build a 10-point lead there, and a nice play at the net by, I believe that was Whitlinger, wasn't it?
Indeed it was. She has been all around that net, making plays defensively and offensively. The tip shot, the big swings, the blocks. Whitlinger having a nice match. As Grace Beach, the lefty.
You're a lefty.
Well, I hit left-handed.
That counts.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, that set a little bit behind Aubrey Chase. And Chase kind of had to stop herself in the air and ends up in the net. Another timeout called by Corry head coach Kelly Goodsell. I like to time how long Freeport is actually in a timeout. Last timeout, it was 19 seconds. Let's see. We're getting close.
Do you think coach is asking everybody where they should go to eat after the game?
Maybe.
I have a feeling that our post-game interview with Coach Phillips might be longer than this match.
Hey, it almost was on Saturday last week in the WPIAL semifinals.
I don't have a problem with that. He's a great interview, you know, and you know, we have a lot of coaches that we deal with in a year out basis in the, you know, fall and the winter and into the spring. And Coach Phillips, man, he carries himself well with a microphone. Maybe we should try to convince him to do a podcast.
Yeah, he's a natural for sure. I told him that, you know, he put on the headset, his mic sounded a little loud, he adjusted the microphone, he knew exactly what he was doing. And he is, as you said, a great interview.
Called the Yellow Hat Podcast.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we got to find out what it means first before we name our podcast after
we
it.
should probably do that.
So out of the timeout, Grace Beach at the service line. Chase pops it over. Selker there. Back set Delta Schreckengoss. Kill. Splits the back row.
Nicely done. This Freeport team, it's the momentum, if it isn't obvious, squarely on their side of the net right now. And again, I go back to how difficult it can be, Josh, to keep the morale up in that third set when you trail 2-0. And clearly that's evident right now for the Beavers of Corry. Still got to figure out who he was.
That's true. I looked up Saving Silverman, but didn't look up how Corry was named.
Very disappointed.
Dell, quick set, Helgren. Oh my goodness. That one goes upstairs on Lakota Donaldson. Helgren with a big kill.
I should note here, Josh, people probably hear a clicking at what sounds like a camera, and if you hear it, you're right. It is a camera indeed. I am taking photos, which will be seen in the Leader Times tomorrow. I plan on putting quite a few in there, so make sure you grab a copy of the longest running paper in the United States history, the Leader Times.
Is it really? Did you just make that up? That would be hilarious if it was. It's been around for a long time.
I believe it's the oldest in the universe.
The entire universe.
Yes. Look it up. Look it up.
I'm only looking up Jack Black movies where they kidnap Neil Diamond. 1907.
Another guy with great hair.
Oh, nice kill. Give that one to Sadie Dine.
And again, we talk about the size of Freeport. You have Helgren who, kind of comes off the bench, I guess you could say. Gets a lot of run, obviously, but another player with nice size. Of course, have Dell's taller player. Selker's not short. And of course, sorry, my brain's not working right.
Dell off the block and out of bounds.
I was going to say, I apologize, Josh, but a lot of size in this Freeport team, and it's obviously something you love to have come postseason time, because you tend to see some bigger teams this time of year.
Good serve there by Whitlinger, and it ends up hitting the antenna here on the near side. Corry unable to play it over. 4 points away, Freeport from moving on to the quarterfinals.
A bunch of folks here in this crowd thinking about how much gas they spent to get down here
for
an hour.
It's a long
trip. The ride was much longer than that. Wow, nice play. That was definitely in, too. Nice job there by number 28. Oh, what a play.
Soyless. And that two-handed push. Looking for the back row there was Beach, but good hustle by Corry. Quick serve, and Helgren. She'll get credit for that kill as it's a lift called against Corry. And checking in is Jaden Gaylott.
Remember, I said, I believe it's the first set, which feels like about 2 minutes ago now. Is anybody as cool and calm as Coach Phillips? I'm going to say that the one person in this room is, and that's, again, I apologize. His name escaped me. Coach, help me out here, Josh.
For Corry?
Yes.
Kelly Goodsell.
Yep, he's a very composed guy, is Coach Kelly Goodsell.
Well, Corry ends up with a point and a side out right there. That's going to send McKenna Moore to the line for the Beavers. trying to keep this match alive. Beach gonna have time, sets up Selker off the block, and it drops out of bounds. Rally scoring here, of course, in high school volleyball. Freeport trying to quickly dispatch the Corry Beavers here in the first round, just 2 points away. And Ava Soilis to the line.
And number 14, Josh, coming in for Corry, it certainly seemed like a team favorite. She got a nice rousing applause from her teammates. That's number 14, Sarah Colwell.
Dell sets up Selker again.
Wow.
Good dig in the back row by Moore. Woof. A nice shot to get it across there. Tip by Selker. Freeport ready, or excuse me, Corry ready for it. And a kill for Corry. So the Beavers hanging in here.
And you know what Corry's done a better job as the game has gone on, Josh, is that watching that tip. And, you know, I feel like if Corry got to start this game over and play right now and as warmed up and as familiar as they are with the Yellowjackets, it would be an interesting match. But, again, the rules are the rules. You play the way you do. And you got to, as you said, to start this whole thing, you got to battle with these Yellowjackets early on, or else you're going to really face an uphill climb. Nice job there to get out of the way.
Yeah, Jaden Gaylott thought about it. She jumped and then realized it was going to be long. Pulled those arms down, got the head out of the way. Match point. Cassidy Dell on the line, trying to end it for Freeport and send the Corry Beavers home. Here's a chance, that quick set, but blocked up in front by the Beavers. Off the swing by Russo. Back row attack, Cassidy Dell into the net. Attack arrow right there by Dell. So the Beavers going to get another shot here at the service line.
I wonder if there's a stat out there. I mean, I feel like I probably should have looked this up at some point in my life, the number of volleyball games I've attended. Hundreds of thousands of them. But I wonder what the biggest comeback is in a set.
I don't know. That's a good question.
So you down like 24-0 and score like 26 unanswered. That'd be incredible.
Quick set, Russo off the tape.
Oh, what a save.
And they're going to call 4 hits.
Give credit there, though, for the Yellowjackets, number 25, Leah Schreckengoss. Good effort. You know, this team, you know, you can take a play off. You have a 12-point lead here, but it doesn't seem like Freeport ever does that, as you can see there by the effort put on by Leah Schreckengoss.
Selker in the middle, and she ends it
Crushed
with an absolute rocket. And a beautiful set by Cassidy Dell. Gets Selker in stride in the middle, and she hammers it down. Freeport straight sets over the Corry Beavers here in the first round of the PIAA Class 2A Girls Varsity Volleyball Championship. Yellowjackets, the WPIAL champions for the second straight year, moving on once more in the state tournaments.
Yeah, what a way to finish an emphatic put away there by Sid Selker, wearing 87, no particular reason. And the Yellowjackets moving on to the quarterfinals, a place that they are very familiar with. And that will be Saturday, Josh, I believe.
Yes, it will.
And a possibility, I think, that game, too, could be here at the Hive, Buzz, as I know that Seneca Valley, Quaker Valley, a lot of valleys when it comes to school names. Just town names in general, but if they were to, I'm going to get a picture of that. I missed it.
Yeah, that is Claire Kreitzer's brother, Grant.
Yeah, he was dancing.
Getting it in.
Yep, as they say. But Coach Phillips smiling a little bit now. As I said, that guy shows too much emotion out there. You know, you can't tell whether he's mad or happy or sad or glad, as the Barney song goes. We're all familiar with Barney these days, as you know, Josh.
Yeah.
Watch a whole bunch of it. I guess I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sure Coach Phillips will be up here shortly, and you'll be doing a little bit of on-the-court interview with him here, Josh. But I'll get that all ready for you. But yeah, Quaker Valley a possibility. If that were the case, it's obviously going to be a closer locale. I'm trying to think who's on the other side of that bracket, Josh. You're leaving me here just high and dry.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Real quick.
What's that?
Can you guys film us real quick? We need to have to ride the group.
Okay. He wants to film the students. That's it.
Oh, okay.
We got a film request here. These guys are sweeping it, for the broom.
Okay, cool. I'm confused, but
Hey,
you do your thing, fellas. Hold on. Oh, what am I supposed to do? I'm actually really.
I'm confused too. He said, "Can you film us sweeping the broom?" And I said, "Sure." We got 2 Freeport fans here.
Wave.
Oh, he's riding the broom, Billy Madison style, or excuse me, Happy Gilmore style.
All right, my man. Yeah, that's right. Shout out to that guy.
And little man's doing it too. Oh, he's sweeping the floor.
Oh yeah,
indicating a 3-0 sweep.
A long-standing tradition here at Freeport to ride the broom all throughout the room.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they just came over and asked for it, so I said, sure, why not?
Yeah, we recently were asked for someone to get on. They said, "Do you film people dancing?" And I looked at, I felt bad. It was a child, and I said, "No, we do not." Sometimes you just got to tell them like it is.
Hey, no, we don't, bud.
Sorry, we are a professional establishment.
Oh yeah, so professional.
Yeah, we're talking about early 2000 movies. But yeah, Josh, I don't want to say I didn't expect this. I mean, I had a feeling this game could possibly go this way. We talked obviously about it in great depth prior to this one. And you're looking for the one with tape on it there. Yep, you got it. And sorry. And so it kind of went the way we thought. And we actually made the point, Josh, that there's a chance that the first round of the state playoffs could actually be more easy, dare I say, being that the competition is bigger, the stakes are larger than some of the WPIAA games. And that's nothing against Corry. We know what this program's capable of. We know what they do and have done in the past. And but Freeport really making things look easy here tonight. If you want to test that out, Josh, let me know if your microphone's working. But just another stellar job. Tom Phillips, the yellow hat, coming through again. The man in the yellow hat. That should be his podcast. No, I cannot hear you. Man, that's a brilliant idea. I don't know why no one's thought of that so far. But yeah, we're going to have to see if Coach Phillips wants to do like a weekly segment called The Man in the Yellow Hat. Because I'll tell you what, he is successful when wearing the hat. What's going on, Sid? How are you? Are you coming up here for an interview? Yeah. Sid Selker going to join us here. Hopefully, I bet you we're going to probably talk to about 15 of you guys tonight, I guess. We're probably going to talk to about 15 of you guys tonight, I'm going to guess. That's just cool. Josh is going to get you slicked up here with a microphone. Sid Selker, Ava Soilis, I think, is going to join us here as well after the Yellowjackets take a 3-0 win. If I can ever get this transmitter to work. I'm gonna give Sid this headset here before Coach Phillips comes over. Have a seat there. Sid, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's always maybe kind of a weird thing, whether it be the WPIAA playoffs or the state playoffs, to kind of just get into it, get going, and kind of get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Not making it sound like it's an easy task, and it's certainly not, but certainly I think things could have gone better for you here tonight, and you guys are moving on. We don't know who you play yet. We're going to try to figure that out before it's all said and done, but nevertheless, you guys are moving on.
Yeah.
Talk about tonight. How do you feel like the team looked? How the morale was? It seemed like you guys were very comfortable early on. You built that 6-0 lead in the first set, and from there, just kind of even kill, steady, and did your thing, and cruise to a 3-0 win.
Yeah, I think that first set we really started off strong, and I think that we know we practiced super hard for that first set, but then after the first set, we kind of just I think got in our heads a little bit and try to play to where we were in the first set. I think that's why they started coming back a little bit. But then in that third set, we knew we wanted to finish it out strong. So we just stepped on the gas, and then we didn't, didn't let go.
You bring up a good point there, Sid. How hard is it sometimes? You get a lead, you maybe get a little comfortable to kind of keep the energy level up and kind of keep your foot on the pedal because obviously there's some good teams here this time of year who can make a charge quickly and kind of get back on you guys quickly.
It's definitely tough to stay up, but I think that after we knew that we got down, we knew that we had to bounce back up, and I just think that one little kill could always impact that, and then we just ended up going on a run.
You obviously have been on this team now that your third year, and you started as a freshman. A lot of responsibility for you early on, and you played a lot of big games, clearly. 2 WPIAL championships over that span. What is it about this team, in your opinion, that makes it maybe unique from the previous 2 seasons being a Freeport Yellowjacket on this traditioned program?
I just think that our bond is just immaculate. We all get along so well, and I think that we know that we can pick each other up. And this year is just so special because the senior class, they're all so talented, and I think that we're really gonna miss them and everything. So we know that we want to end this season with a banger.
That's a great response, and the way you guys look tonight, it doesn't seem like that's unreasonable to expect. When I was talking about what you kind of appear to me being different from years past, and something I said to you in the preseason, you guys kind of play with this reckless abandon, not afraid to put the body on the line. It seems like that's not just the case with you. You see it with Ava a whole heck of a lot, and Whitlinger, certainly one of those players, not afraid to kind of put the body on the line. And funny enough, you see it even when you guys are up in a set. You were up by, I think, 10 points, and you saw, I think it was Elena diving for a ball. So that quit's mighty impressive, and it doesn't seem like you guys ever are happy with just kind of, cruising to a win. You guys are always playing really tough, and that's an impressive feature to you guys.
Yeah, I think that we know that we always want to play up because if we move back down, it's kind of you get steady, and we don't want to be like that. So it's always super intense, and I know at practice the coaches always expect us to be on the floor if we absolutely have to, and just getting your feet to the ball. And I know that all of us want to throw our bodies on the floor if we absolutely have to, just to get that one dig.
Yeah, I agree. You just stay healthy for softball season. We want to see you get off to a good start here in softball season in the spring, Sid. So
yeah.
All right, congratulations.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the great work, Sydney Selker Jr. for the Freeport Yellowjackets. I'm going to see if Josh knows what happened to the other side of that bracket. I know that hopefully we're going to have Ava Soilis up here now. See if Josh can get the wireless mic figured out. Ava, congratulations.
Hi.
Thanks for hopping on the mic here. 3-0 win, pretty convincing for you guys tonight. And kind of want to start where I just left off with Sid. And you're one of those players I think is most evident when it comes to this. What makes this team, and I've seen quite a few Freeport teams here in my time covering sports in the area, you guys play with this reckless abandon. You're not afraid to get dirty, get on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like injury or risk doesn't seem to play into your thoughts or your minds at all. And you're one of those players, too, where it seems like you're always diving. I'm sure you go home with a ton of brush burns.
Yeah.
But is that a fair assessment about you guys? Do you feel like that's kind of a mark of you guys and you kind of take pride in having that identity?
Yeah, for sure. Our section's not the strongest, but, we knew when we got to playoffs that it was all or nothing. We're the number 1 seed. We have a huge target on our back. And I think winning the WPIAL was a great thing for us, but we won it last year. We're so happy we did that. But coming back this year, we came up short last year in the state playoffs, and we really were like, the WPIAL would be great, but the state is where we want to go because we have the capability, we have the talent. So I think right now in the state playoffs, we're just really it's all or nothing at this point. Any game could be our last. We don't have anything after this. This is our last chance to go for it. And especially as a senior, it would just be really fulfilling to get that state championship.
Yeah, that's a great point, Ava, because it seems like the standard here, of course, is to win WPIAL championships, and that's a big priority, I know, here. But maybe more so than the average program, it's just as important to focus on states and what you guys are capable of doing at states. So I guess I asked Sid this as well. Do you like where you guys are at? Obviously there's more to what you see and you guys see in practices and off the court. Folks like myself, we just see it in these games. But do you feel like you guys are kind of clicking and doing those things that, because you've been on good teams, obviously, that good teams do to remain successful and kind of make it far in the postseason?
Yeah, I do like where we're at. You know, we didn't finish the greatest and how we wanted to during the championship. We kind of just played a little nervous and unlike ourselves. So I think getting this home game was really beneficial for us because we love playing at home. Like no other places we play as good. So I think having this home game is giving us the confidence again that we kind of lost, I think, at the end of the WPIAA run. So I think it's good to be at home and just reset and really focus up here for the last 3 games of the season.
Yeah, that's a great point because I think you guys might have a chance, and I could be wrong. As I say on the air, I'm wrong often. People love to point that out, but you guys could play again at home, I believe, if Quaker Valley were to win. I believe they play tonight as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'd be the case. I'm sure you'd like another game because that's not a given for you right now as a senior. But a heck of a senior year you're having.
Yeah.
Certainly a big heart and soul of this team, Ava Soilis. So thanks for joining us. Appreciate you, and best of luck on Saturday against. Hopefully, we'll know before this broadcast is over who that is. But congratulations. Enjoy this one, and we'll see you guys Saturday.
Thank you. I just want to shout out my family who's might be listening. Love you guys. Can't wait to see you guys again. Bye.
Appreciate Ava doing that. We know that her family is always tuning in, and we appreciate them. As Cassidy Dale's going to take a moment and. Cass, we're going to send it down to Coach real fast before we talk to that school. We got to get a sneak peek. We get to listen in, see what Coach says. Or not. Coach is going to wander away. I can barely hear you. Yeah, Josh, you might just have to come up here. Give that a whirl, Josh. No, Josh. We're let's talk to Cassidy real fast, and then Coach come up here after. We'll do that. Cassidy, congratulations first of all. Sometimes I feel like it's a phrase that's said too often in sports, but for you it seems to fit well. And I said this during the game that it seems like this team kind of sometimes goes as you go. They'll follow your lead. If you get going early, the team seems to kind of follow that lead. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all bounce kind of off each other's energy and how we're playing, and it's really a team effort, and we play as one team, so I think we feed off of each other definitely.
It's needless to say you've been on good teams. You guys are now 2-time defending WPIAA champions, but the standard here, not to borrow a line from Mike Tomlin, but the standard is the standard, and the state playoffs are a big priority here, and that's taking nothing away from the WPIAA playoffs, but certainly a good way to start the playoffs. But as I asked Ava, there's a lot that happens behind the scenes that we don't see in practices and just team gatherings and how you guys interact and what happens when you're not playing in the game. Do you feel like what's happening, I guess, behind the scenes is conducive to a team that has a chance to make a nice long state playoff run?
Yeah, I think our practices are a huge part of our success as a team. We challenge each other every single day and push each other every single day. And one thing that we love to do is put 2 equal teams out there, and we just play. And we really work as hard as we can. And I think that shows us on the court.
Cassidy, what do you think makes this team maybe different from those in years past? Winning teams seem to have a lot of the same traits, but sometimes they're certainly not all identical. What about this team in particular kind of makes it unique in your opinion?
I think it's the way we get along, not only on the court, but off the court as well. We have really good team chemistry, and we care about each other on and off the court. We want to help each other every way we can. And, we came together as a team before even our first in-section game, and we had a list of goals, and we all sat down, and we were like, we want to do this as one team.
Well, Cassidy, you're making a heck of a run here in your senior year. It's always special. Obviously, you're not going to take anything away from your junior year and winning a WPIAA championship there, but maybe just that much more special getting to do it in your senior year. And you guys got off to a great start here tonight, winning 3-0 over a program that knows a lot about winning itself. So congratulations. Soak this one in, but I'm sure you guys are going to get back to work quickly here in preparation for Saturday's contest. To be determined. I'm still trying to hopefully look this up. Hopefully Josh or Sean, or I'm sure Coach probably already knows. He probably has telekinesis.
Probably.
It was like beamed to him. He didn't have to look at his phone. But hopefully we know here soon. And I know Ava said it. She'd like another home game, and I'm sure you probably feel the same way.
Definitely. That would be amazing.
All right, awesome. Cassidy, congratulations.
Thank
Keep up
you
the great
so
work.
much.
And best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Josie, you're going to come on up and give us an interview too. You know, I was talking about you in the broadcast, and I said you're like one of those players that when you want to take over a game, you can, both offensively and defensively, and it's such an X factor that you play on this team. Do you feel like this time of year in the playoffs bring it up even the best in you? Because obviously you're a good player throughout the regular season. You're a huge key to this team. Do you feel like you find maybe another gear and you find that extra something else when it comes time to kind of turn it on in the postseason?
I definitely do. I make sure that I'm playing even better than I did during the Whippeals and even better than I did during the season. And I'm constantly pushing myself and making myself play better than I did the game before or the practice before.
Yeah, and it seemed like tonight, and I noted this with Josh when we were calling the game, that when you and Cassidy get going, her as a setter and you as a hitter, you guys have some great chemistry. It's like you guys kind of don't even have to be looking at each other. Cassidy can have her back to you, and it's like she knows where you're at and where to set the volleyball. You know, and that's rare to have that kind of chemistry. Do you kind of note that when you're out in the court and know that when you two are kind of going, you're a hard combination to stop?
Yeah, we know as soon as there's a good pass, Cassidy and I both know we're running it. We have our timing good. We work on it a lot, and we make sure that we have that mastered because, like we saw today, we ran it a lot, and that's the type of things that we have to do during states.
I asked a couple of the girls this when they came up, but I'm curious your perspective from it all. What about this team? Because winning is no new thing or any kind of surprise here on this with this program. You're familiar to it, but this team this year in particular, what about them separates them from maybe last year's team that won a Whippeal championship and certainly made a nice little push in the state playoffs? What about it maybe is a little more unique or separates it from those in the past?
This team really cares about each other. We are constantly picking each other up and making sure that everything that we're doing is for a team and not just for an individual person. And we're making sure that if we play good, we all play good as a team and that we're picking each other up.
You know, I've never had a chance to talk to you after games, but you're one of the many, really, who falls in a line of siblings that play, and your sister, obviously a dominant player during her time here. Do you feel like that too impacted your kind of how you see the program, what you, I guess, when you got here, what you wanted to do, what you wanted to accomplish, and what kind of stamp you wanted to make on the program?
It definitely did. We always worked together, and she was always trying to get me ready for this high school level, and I think that helped me a lot. And yeah, I definitely think that helped me.
Well, she too had a lot of success. You know a ton about the success here, contributing to a ton of it. Two-time Whippeal champion, not too shabby. Something that a lot of people wish they could do in their high school time. I know I was lucky to get through, I think, like the semifinals once. So, and that was in District 6. So we won't even go there. But congratulations. Keep up the great work. And I'm still hoping to find out, hopefully Coach will know here, who you guys, do you know by chance who won on the other side of the bracket?
Mm-mm.
I know the girls are hoping, who I've spoken to already, that it could be Quaker Valley because that could open the door for another home game.
Yeah.
You never want to say goodbye to your home court, but hopefully that's not the case. And I'm not openly rooting for Quaker Valley, but it sure seems like you guys want to play here one more time, so hopefully that's the case.
Definitely.
All right, Josie Russo, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and we'll see you guys on Saturday, I imagine. Don't see why not.
Thank you.
Yep. We're kind of a standard here. They're going to have to pull us out of here if we're going to call a game at this point. But enjoy this one, certainly, and practice hard this week, and we'll see you Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Fleet Coach Phillips, if you want to tap him on the shoulder and send him on up. That was Josie Russo Jr. This is a person that I'm very familiar with. He covered Coach Claire Kreitzer. You know, Claire, I haven't got a chance to talk to you in how long has it been now? 4 or 5 years? Whatever it's been since you graduated. What, 4 years?
Yeah, so I graduated college in May, so
4 years?
4 years, exactly.
And to this day, I say that my best photograph I've ever taken at the Leader Times was your home run in the Whippeal playoffs.
Oh my gosh, yes,
And
that's a good one.
A blind squirrel sometimes finds a nut.
Yes.
And that's what I did that day.
I appreciate it.
But it's so unique, and of course, you're a part of this long line of winning here.
Mhm.
And we could talk to somebody who maybe graduated 4 years before you and 4 years before that person, and they're going to
Yes.
have similar experiences. But now you have that unique experience to both be a part of it as a
Mhm.
player and now experience it as a coach. Kind of talk. Obviously, I'm sure maturity plays into it. You're probably
Mhm.
not the same person you were 4 years ago or as a high schooler in general. But how different is this experience, and what are the things that you're noting about this run from this side of the I guess vantage point
Yeah.
compared as a player?
Yeah, it's definitely very different. But I mean, the intensity and the effort is always the same. And I think that's something that makes Freeport volleyball super special. Is we have signs up all around. Tradition never graduates, and I think that's a cornerstone of our program and something we really take to heart. So even though I'm not out on the court, I'm still the same competitive, fiery a girl, and I get on them and we demand excellence here, and that's how we get some good results.
I wasn't here for it, but I did listen back to your interview. I believe it was last game with Josh.
Oh
And,
yes.
and Coach talked about your fieriness and how that kind of rubs off on people, and how that was such a nice, valuable attribute to this team. Talk a little bit more about that, and is that kind of when you took this opportunity, was that something that you were sort of purposely trying to do and try to instill, knowing maybe that side of you has helped make you successful?
Yeah, definitely. We talk about all the time. Just holding each other up, bringing each other up and holding each other accountable, I think is the biggest thing. So that's what being a part of a team and being a good teammate is all about, is holding each other accountable. So, if that takes a little bit of a,
Yeah.
whether that's a handshake or a little, raise your voice a little bit, whatever it takes to focus up. And, I've always kind of been like this. I've always been very competitive. And I think that is something that before I took on this role, was something that I wanted to bring with me, just because I know that it takes a lot to be here, be in this high pressure situation, and it takes a lot of intensity and it takes a lot of competitiveness, because at the end of the day, some teams, this is a long season and it can be tiring, but it's really who wants it the most. And I think that's something that I'm trying to instill in the girls is, if you want it bad enough, you can go out and get it.
Yeah, it's a marathon, certainly.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
you got to kind of keep that attitude you just mentioned the entire time. In
Mhm.
spurts, I'm sure it's easy, but
Yes.
maintaining it, I'm sure, is the hard part about it. I'll leave you off on this one. And
Okay.
a very interesting question, I think, because coach's history is
Yeah.
well documented by the banners in here,
Yes.
let alone just the stories and what I think anybody that follows volleyball in this area knows.
Hmm.
What part of your coaching arsenal do you notice, maybe, that you feel like is a direct effect of having that gentleman as a coach yourself?
Yeah, I think just going back to my competitiveness and just like my drive. He he always says, like, you know, if you can beat a team 25-5, you should. So
I like that.
so just keeping everyone playing the best volleyball that they can, and never slacking, even if even if our opponent is lesser or something. Just always having the most respect for them and playing the best volleyball that we can.
It's awesome you said that, because I noticed there were a couple moments tonight when the girls had gotten up and it was getting towards like an 11-point lead, and I believe at that point you can maybe
Yeah.
take a point off, but that wasn't
Yeah.
the case. There
No.
was, I forget who it was. I want to say maybe it was Leah,
Hmm.
laying out for a ball with a 10-point
Yes.
lead.
Yeah.
And again, that's telling.
Yes, and that's what we demand, and that's how we get results.
And it's obvious out there, certainly,
Hmm.
as we saw tonight. You guys, I don't say breezing, but kind of breezing to a
Yeah,
to a
I
three.
thought we played very well today.
Yeah, it was fun to watch, and you always want to see how you do. And I think I said that to Ava, that you want to see how you do in that first game of the Whippy,
Of
or the first game
course.
of States, because it's
Yes.
you don't know if you're gonna have jitters, or you don't know
Yeah,
if you're
and
gonna
it
kind
can
of.
set the tone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
And I think tonight was a great tone setter for heading into this quarterfinal matchup, and
I
hopefully
agree.
more after that.
Yes, I
Claire,
agree. Thank you very
congratulations.
much.
Keep up the great work.
Good talking
And
with you.
good talking to you as well. And we'll certainly hopefully see you guys Saturday.
Sounds good.
Coach Phillips, Josh, I'm going to have Josh hop on with Coach. As is tradition, we got to keep the good.
Gotta keep the good vibes.
Yeah, Josh and Coach, a long-standing tradition. So,
well, Claire's always a good report.
All right, Coach. Tonight, 3-0 win over a visiting Corry team that, you and I spoke yesterday. You know this Corry team well. You know the coaching staff well.
Yes.
Just tell me, you guys came out flying in that first set, 25-10, and they kind of fought back in the second, but you guys were able to recover, and then take it in straight sets tonight. Just talk me through it.
Well, I think that first game, you're right. We talked a little bit at practice yesterday about coming out and playing and getting off to a good start. That was kind of something that we wanted to do, and take advantage of their size against our size. But yeah, we were pretty aggressive, I think, in that first game. So yeah, and I think we kind of rocked back a little bit in that second game. But the third game, I was more impressed with than any of them, to be honest with you. So,
we talked a bit about having both Grace and Cassidy on the floor at the same time and how well you guys pass the ball around, but both of them are out there together. And I thought tonight was an excellent example of it, especially in the second and third sets. Boy, they really got into a rhythm, and it kind of carried your offense.
Yeah, Grace and Cassidy do a wonderful job. Like I said, Grace is somebody that, was a little bit of a question mark early on in the season, but I think she's really settled into that role. And, Grace makes great choices. She's got a great leader in front of her with Cassidy. And I think, I tell her all the time to pattern her game after Cassidy. And, she's a work in progress. There's no question about it. But Grace is getting better and better, and she's a steady Eddie. She's great from the service line. She's got that left-handed serve that tails away from you. Really tough serve to pass. She does a great job from that standpoint. But that one rotation that we have is, both her and Cassidy are in the game together. And, it's both playing back row. And, we had some bumps in the road a little bit early on, but we kind of ironed things out. And, I think our play tonight was very aggressive. I think, Sid had a great game tonight. I think Josie's that steady force in the middle. And, it's just, they were kind of hitting on all cylinders tonight. So, we're a hard team to prepare for because of the angles and the weapons and how we come at you. So, yep.
I want to talk about your defense a little bit because I thought that you never really gave Corry a chance to get their offense going. It seemed like your blocks were well positioned tonight, and it seemed like even if the ball got past your block, you made contact with it, and your girls were digging it in the back row. And giving your offense that chance, you never really let Corry get a sustained run.
Well, yesterday at practice, I'll just go back to Saturday. I don't think Saturday was one of our sharpest, games that we've played all year. But obviously, I'm certainly happy as can be to win a WPIAA championship. But when you win a WPIAA championship, and these girls knew yesterday at practice, everybody said, "Hey, look, Coach, we know we can play a whole lot better than what we did on Saturday." Yesterday's practice consisted of nothing but passing, a lot of passing, a lot of defensive work. Claire and Grant really put them through a lot of passing stuff and, things that we felt were essential to, moving on in the PIAA. You gotta control that ball. That first pass means everything, that you're able to stay in system. I think, Saturday in the WPIL, we made Cassidy run all over the place. And, when that happens, you really limit your choices. Most of the time you have to go outside. You don't really get a chance to establish your middles. And I think that was the case on Saturday. But I think today, we established our middles early. Grace and Cassidy made great choices as far as moving the ball around, and we did play great defense. So that's what typically in years past, that's the thing that gets you moving on. It's those great defensive teams that move on. You got to play great defense. So everybody at this point has weapons and hitters. It's a matter just of keeping the ball off the floor, staying in system, and being able to run your offense.
Coach, one thing you said to me yesterday in our conversation that kind of stuck with me was we don't want to come in this first round match with a hangover from winning a WPIAL championship. It was time to close that book and open another. How do you think your team did in that area tonight?
Well, I think yesterday's practice was very energetic. It was very, very energetic, even though it was, not one of our typical practices where we scrimmage and we do a lot of swinging on the outside and in the middle. We ended practice yesterday with a bang from all, our left front, our middle, and our right side. We kind of hooped things up a little bit from that aspect, but most of the practice yesterday was defensive work, being in position, being able to stay in system. And, I think yesterday's practice was very upbeat. I knew that there was no hangover from these kids. They want to move on. They want to move on and set their own history. That's what it's all about. So, we don't really care who we play next. It's just, the next person that's up is where we're looking. And, we're hoping that I heard that Kane was up 2-1. And, we don't know a lot about Kane. We know a lot about Quaker Valley.
Yeah, of course.
But, obviously it's one of those things where, whoever's there is the next one up. And that's the one we got to prepare for.
Okay, Coach, final question. And it's kind of a fun question. We brought it up on the broadcast. You've always, as long as I've been covering you, and it's been several years now, you've always had the yellow baseball cap on. What is the significance? Is it a good luck charm? Is it a superstition? What's the significance?
It is. I have to laugh because, if one of the games this this season, it was a section game, and it was I think it was against Armstrong, but our fan base was here, and we had a great student section, and they were out on the court, and then, one of the football players said to me, "Coach, what would it take to get that hat off your head?" And I said, "You don't have enough money. This hat goes way back, way back. I mean, Carly Hill, who was here tonight, was, she was somebody in that 2013, 2015 team. But this hat's been around for a long time, and it has a special place that." When I'm done with it, I put it. Normally, what I do is I change when they go to the PIAA. I have a lucky red hat that I wear for the PIAA, but this one's working right now. I'm a very superstitious guy. If I told you some of the things that about me, you probably wouldn't believe it. These socks that I have on right now, these are socks that won the state championship in 2017. That's how superstitious I am. I put stuff away like that, my hat, my socks, things like that. I'm just a superstitious guy, and it seems to be working. So
gotta keep it rolling.
Yes. I know when I get home tonight, this hat will go on a special place, and go from there. But my girls kid me about it all the time. In fact, they did a skit today at school where they imitated me. One of the kids was actually it was on BTV. One of the kids was actually Coach Phillips and had a yellow hat on and a little goatee, and it was pretty funny. My wife brought it home and showed me today, so that's great. But if that's that's my MO, I guess lucky hat's gonna stay.
Well, that hat and those socks have seen quite a few wins, and they saw another one tonight. Coach Phillips, congratulations on once again advancing in the PIAA championship tournament, and we will see you on Saturday.
Okay, great. And like I said, the one thing that I just can't say enough is about my coaching staff. Claire and Grant, they are mainstays in this program, and they are people that are very dedicated and make these girls what they are from the defensive end of things. I run practices, but they just they're just terrific people to have in your program, and I'm very happy that Claire's part of this program, and of course her brother Grant has been somebody that's been in this program for a lot of years, even when he was in high school. So I just got to give them a shout out. There, two great people that really live and die Freeport volleyball. So, yep, and I'm very happy that they're on my team.
Well, you've built a winning tradition here for sure, and it's people like that and people like you, of course, Coach, that keep this train rolling. Thanks again for coming up to join us. Thanks for sending up all the girls and Coach Kreitzer
Yes.
for some post-game interviews here on High Top Sports Network. Freeport moving on once again. A
It was
3-0
fun.
win.
Yes.
3-0 win over Corry tonight. Thanks, Coach Tom
Okay.
Phillips.
Thank you, guys.
All righty. All right.
See you Saturday.
And that will do it for us here at Freeport Area Middle School. Another convincing victory in this playoff run here, Joe, for the Freeport Yellowjackets. And thanks to Coach Phillips, the girls, and, of course, Coach Claire Kreitzer for coming up and joining us on an extended post game here at Freeport Area Middle School.
Yeah, I certainly enjoyed it, and Coach not only coaching these girls on the court, but certainly in the kind of post game interviews, you can tell they're all saying the right things and doing the right things, and we appreciate you guys, Coach, and certainly it's been fun, and absolutely,
Yes,
hopefully the train keeps on rolling here for these Yellowjackets, Josh, and it's been fun. Enjoyed it here.
Oh yeah, great match tonight.
This middle section here is reserved. For our broadcast people, you're going to have to move one way or the other.
Oh man, thanks,
We appreciate that, Coach.
Always having our back, Coach Tom Phillips.
The best.
Another great win here at Freeport. The Yellowjackets just looking dominant again tonight, Joe. And finishing out another PIAA victory.
Yeah, yes, a lot of fun. It's a good night when I'm wearing my Gloria Vanderbilts.
That's right.
Here, we're trying to get these. My Gloria.
Oh yeah. May I have one of those, madam? Well, that's going to do it for us. We're going to sign off here, break down the equipment, head back, check out Joe's photos in tomorrow's edition of the Leader Times, the paper of record in Armstrong County. Of course, High Top Sports Network, the official content provider of the Leader Times sports section. So pick up an issue, check out Joe's awesome photos that he got tonight. And we will be back in action Friday night. A couple of big WPIAL playoff games.
You're forgetting about the Powder Puff. Don't forget about the Powder Puff.
Listen, you want to see some juniors and seniors
Hard-hitting
at Armstrong
action.
High School go out there and smack each other around. It's a Powder Puff game. We will be streaming it. Armstrong High School Thursday night. So check that out on the network. And then, of course, playoff football on Friday night here on HTSN. So thanks again for joining us. For Joe Rhodes. You want to say something?
Oh, I wanted to say one more quick thing. Thank you to our sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you so much. You guys are the best. We are so proud to call you guys our sponsors, and wouldn't trade you guys for the world. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And
I second that emotion.
Yes, and you guys are high toppers too.
All right. Well, thank you to Benka Orthodontics, Freeport Monumental Works, and of course the Freeport Girls Volleyball Boosters. For Joe Rhodes, my name is Josh Schreckengast. Stay safe, be well, and
may no train pass you by.
Hey.